It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It makes me sick.
She said a lot of things that actually hurt my feelings as a mom.
Jackie Christie built her name off being bold, unpredictable, and always at the center of the drama. But behind all that fire and flair was someone who kept quiet for years, her daughter Chantel. Chantel rarely made headlines, choosing to stay out of the spotlight while her mom dominated reality TV. But even though she wasn't always on camera, she had a front row seat to everything. And now, that silence is breaking. Chantel is finally speaking out, and what she's revealing is shaking up Jackie's carefully crafted image.
Crack addict, you're not on my level.
I'm a crack addict because I'm small and you try to get lipo 80 times to look like me. Okay, big ears.
You're right, but you better keep your ass in that seat tramp. That's what you better do. You're right, Dumbo ears. Yeah, I got a lot of husbands about these ears, bitch. Get a husband. That 48-year-old been working, bitch. You
Let
right.
him retire.
The courtroom was nothing like the Basketball Wives reunion stage. There were no cameras, no dramatic music, no producers feeding lines. Just cold walls, sharp suits, and the heavy silence of consequences. Jackie Christie walked in like she had nothing to lose. Dressed in designer, chin high, not a hint of fear in her posture. Years of being in the spotlight gave her the kind of confidence that doesn't shake easily. But what Jackie didn't know was that the real drama hadn't even started yet. Chantel sat across from her mother, quiet, collected, almost invisible. To most in the room, she looked like just another family member called in for support. But beneath that calm expression was a woman ready to change everything. After years of silence, Chantel had come prepared with evidence. Whispers had followed Jackie for years, rumors about how she treated her family off camera. Fans noticed the awkward distance between her and her daughter during rare on-screen moments, but nobody thought it would come to this. Then, in the middle of testimony, everything shifted. The courtroom hushed as Chantel's attorney set up the audio files. The judge gave a nod, and then her voice filled the room. Not the polished, quick-talking Jackie from VH1. This was a different tone. In the first clip, Jackie could allegedly be heard shouting, not in anger over a TV storyline, but at her daughter, cursing her out, calling her ungrateful, questioning her worth. The words hit hard. Gasps filled the room. But that wasn't the end of it. Another recording played. Jackie's voice again, but now she was allegedly issuing manipulative ultimatums, telling Chantel things like, "If you don't act right, I'll cut you off," or "Nobody's gonna care about you without my name attached." It wasn't loud rage, it was control masked as concern. The kind of emotional pressure that doesn't leave bruises but leaves deep wounds. The final clip was the most haunting. Jackie allegedly laying out plans to manipulate public perception, talking about how to spin stories, paint herself as the victim, and keep Chantel in check. It wasn't just harsh, it was calculated. The room was stunned. The judge's expression turned from neutral to disturbed. Even Jackie's own legal team looked shaken, and Jackie was silent.
I knew that Jackie and her daughter's relationship was strained. I didn't know to the extent or the degree.
Like the damage that she did to me and my sister's relationship, she won't even take accountability for. At this point, it's just like a fake, I have to keep talking to you so you won't go talk about me on Twitter and talk about me on Facebook and
So you
tell
think
your side of the
genuinely
story.
she doesn't care?
Why else would you speak about your daughter like this?
To understand Chantel's quiet explosion, you have to go back to where it all started, her childhood. While Jackie was busy building a reality TV empire, Chantel was often the background player. On camera, she played the role of the supportive daughter, always respectful, always reserved. But behind the scenes, it was a different story. Chantel grew up walking on eggshells, with her life curated for camera-ready moments. Her outfits, her words, even her emotions had to fit the narrative Jackie wanted to show the world. And for years, Chantel went along with it. Not because she believed in it, but because she didn't think she had a choice. The pressure to protect the family image, to play nice for the cameras, became its own form of emotional prison. Chantel stayed quiet even when it hurt, even when Jackie's outbursts made her question her own worth. But something changed as she got older. Of my own way on the lights, Chantel began documenting, recording conversations, writing things down, building her own story. She wasn't trying to get revenge, at least not at first. She was trying to protect herself, to hold on to her truth. What started as self-preservation slowly became courage. And now, after years of being silenced by fame and fear, Chantel is no longer hiding.
I just think Chantel felt like she was in a room with padded walls and needed to release because nobody was hearing her.
Doug Christie, the former NBA player known for his loyalty on and off the court, has long stood beside Jackie as her partner. According to Courtroom whispers and insiders close to the situation, Doug may have played a more active part than fans ever realized. Some say he actually encouraged Chantel to speak up, not publicly, but behind the scenes. Allegedly, he told her it was time people knew what really went on when the camera stopped rolling. If true, that changes everything. It suggests that Doug wasn't blind to Jackie's behavior. He saw it, lived with it, and maybe even struggled with it. But here's where it gets tricky. Other sources suggest Doug may have helped cover up more than just family arguments. There are allegations about financial mismanagement, that some of Jackie's empire was being propped up by money moved through questionable channels, with Doug's name appearing more than once in documents under review. It's still unclear, but what is clear is that Doug is no longer just the quiet husband in the background. Now, once the audio clips leaked online, everything changed. Within hours, snippets from the courtroom were everywhere. Chantel, who had never been a major social media presence, suddenly found herself in the spotlight. But this time, it wasn't Jackie setting the stage, it was the people. They rallied behind her. Posts poured in calling her brave, applauding her for speaking truth to power, even when that power was her own mother. Her quiet voice had become a public roar. The court may have paused for the day, but fans never stopped. Influencers, podcast hosts, and former Basketball Wives cast members weighed in. Some defended Jackie, saying they'd only seen love and support from her. Others said they weren't surprised at all. The divide was sharp, but the shift was undeniable. Jackie, once reality TV royalty, was now the face of a scandal she couldn't spin, a person wrote. Chantel stood 10 toes down and spoke her truth. That's not bitterness, that's healing in motion. Proud of her. Another one added, "We knew Jackie wasn't telling the whole truth on that show. This just confirms what we felt in our guts for years." As more of the recordings surfaced, people started connecting dots that had been ignored for years. One part of the audio hinted at financial control. Jackie allegedly telling Chantel she'd never see another dime if she didn't fall in line. Another clip mentioned business deals being protected, with Jackie allegedly claiming she could move money without leaving a trace. It wasn't just emotional abuse on trial anymore, it was possible financial fraud. Digging deeper, rumors started surfacing about the Christie family's business ventures. Beauty brands, speaking engagements, book deals, some of which allegedly had inconsistencies in their financial filings. Even Doug's basketball income was reportedly under new scrutiny. People began wondering, were Jackie and Doug using their reality TV fame to build a financial empire based on smoke and mirrors? Court documents mentioned unexplained transfers, missing funds from LLCs tied to Jackie's name, and possibly even unpaid taxes. Chantel's evidence might have opened the door to more than just family drama. It could lead to IRS involvement or deeper legal consequences. And while none of these allegations have been fully proven in court, the damage to their brand is already underway. Sponsors are backing away, bookings are drying up, the image of the perfect reality power couple, it's cracking fast.
Okay, so you know eventually your mom will find out that you and I have talked.
Yeah, and all hell is gonna break loose.
Are you ready?
How much worse can it get?
So
The future for Jackie Christie is uncertain, and the stakes have never been higher. As her legal battles heat up, it's clear that the court case is just one front in this war. Jackie is not just fighting to clear her name, she's fighting for her legacy. Her public image, once carefully crafted over years of reality TV fame, has been torn apart. With Chantel taking the lead, Jackie's control over the narrative is slipping away. But can Jackie redeem herself? Her legal team is working hard to minimize the damage, but the tapes and the emotional weight they carry could lead to serious consequences, both in the courtroom and in the court of public opinion. The damage to her reputation may be too much to undo. Meanwhile, Chantel, who once stayed in the shadows, is now gaining momentum in the spotlight. With fans rallying behind her, she might not only bring down her mother, but step into her own limelight. It's unclear whether she'll become a reality star in her own right or take a completely different path, but one thing is for sure, Chantel is no longer hiding. She's stepping into a future where she's in control. As for Doug Christie, his position is still murky. Will he stand by Jackie, or will he distance himself to save his own name? Some speculate that he might even turn against Jackie to protect his finances or future opportunities. If he distances himself from the drama, he could regain his own reputation, but if he stays loyal to Jackie, the risk of being dragged down with her is high. From Basketball Wives queen to courtroom casualty, Jackie Christie's legacy may have just been rewritten by her own blood. Jackie's rise to fame seemed unstoppable. She built a dynasty from her reality TV career and crafted a brand based on strength and authority. But now, her own daughter may be the one to dismantle everything she's built. The drama within the Christie family has spiraled out of control, and it's unclear if Jackie can ever recover from the fallout. What do you guys think? Is Chantel brave or bitter? And is this truly the end of Jackie's reign? Share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.